What is going on, my friends? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule for tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. I truly appreciate that. As you know, we are a growing platform. I say it every time before the show. Uh, uh, Look, because of you all, the fight continues, right? And not really fight like we have, something to prove. No, the mission here on this show is to promote great conversation. Because we just don't have it anymore. Now I'm fortunate to have amazing guests and influential folks who are honored to be on the show so I can share more about their story, whether if it's entertainers, professional athletes, people who are community leaders, political leaders, and then sometimes you just might end up just having me and just talk with you all, and for that I still thank you that you continue to tune in and support the program. I look at our subscribers on our YouTube channels growing every time, our almost every day, and then also our viewership numbers, our listenership numbers are doing great, and on social media as well. The Aaron T. Gavin Show. Look, we drop episodes on a week, not weekly, but 5 times a week, 5 times a week on all digital and streaming platforms. We drop our new episodes every evening. You can watch us on the streaming platforms of YouTube and Rumble at the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also watch us on Goatverse TV network. We're honored to be a part of their amazing platform. You can catch us on demand on Goatverse TV. All you have to do is just download the app on the App Store, Google Play Store, or Roku or Amazon Fire. So there's multiple ways you can download that app. It's free, by the way. It's a free app with amazing content. I'm excited to share the platform amongst all those amazing personalities that's on that channel and in that network. What else we got going on? What else we got? Oh, social medias. Do me a favor. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at the Arrington Gavin Show on Instagram, Blue Sky, X, as well as Twitter, and Substack. Check us out on Substack, and just continue to support us all around, man. Just support us all around. Did I forget anything? Oh, you can listen to us on all major podcast platforms. All right, all podcast platforms, as well as you can check out reruns of the Arrington Gavin Show on the radio airways with our radio affiliate WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk out of the Metro Atlanta area. So multiple ways you can tune into the program. We're continuing to hear back from other affiliates. You might be hearing our show on their stations pretty soon. So fingers crossed. We want to keep that momentum going. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Look, on today's show, we got a lot to discuss, a lot to tap in within this hour. I hope you all are having a great evening. I don't know about you, but and I've said this many times. Living a healthy life is hard. Y'all probably like saying, Arrington, you speaking to the choir. Hello. No, but it is hard. And it's not even like the exercising portion. I mean, I enjoy exercising. I think exercising is just it's rewarding the body, and I always love to reward my body. But when we get going to the diet and to what we have to eat, and then also I'm not gonna lie, getting to the gym is already an obstacle. But eating the right foods, whew, it could be tough. It could be very, very, very hard to do. And also, it's just hard to stay consistent with it. But as I sit here, my body is sore, but I can't complain because very soon your boy will be uh uh turning 30. That's right. I will be turning 30 and I'm excited too. I am a March baby and I'm excited to be that the Lord bless me to see another year. And so I just I'm good spirits right now. We got a lot of great things going on in my hometown, a lot of great things going on for my business, for the show. I recently on the last show had the opportunity to talk with Jamil McCanstry, who is a singer songwriter, author, talented brother. I highly recommend. I hope y'all enjoyed that episode that we did with him. And I hope y'all get his new single, listen to his new single, Holy. He says he has about 4 other more EPs from original gospel hymns. He's also a part of Jamil and Friends, which you can tune in and check them out over in Harlem, in New York. And so just a great convo, man. Just a great convo. All right, let's get it going with our fun fact of the day, and then we're gonna head to a quick commercial break and get it going with the show. So, of course, fun fact of the day. Let's get the show on the road. On today's fun fact, I want to let y'all know. Did y'all know that Aretha Franklin, was the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Did you know that? The first woman out of all the successful females in the world of music and rock and roll, she was the very first. In 1987, the Queen of Soul made history as the first woman ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and well deserved she was for that title. RESPCT. So many hits. I know. Even though I'm much younger, she was way past my time. We grew up listening to Aretha. Aretha was a part of the culture. You hear me? Everybody love Aretha. Took you to church. Wanted to make you cry at some point. Love music. I mean, she sung it all and was respected by all genres. Okay, you hear me? All genres of music. So a true legend that she was. Again, the fun fact was Aretha Franklin was the first woman ever inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I bet y'all didn't know that. All right, let's get it going with some shots out for some folks who continue to support our show, like our friends over at Ingenious Gin. That's right. Looking for a spirit as bold and refined as you? Introducing Ingenious Gin, crafted with precision, infused with exotic botanicals, and balanced for the perfect sip every time. Whether you're savoring it neat, mixing the ultimate gin and tonic, or shaking up a classic cocktail, Ingenious Gin is your ticket to a moment of pure sophistication. Experience ingenuity in every drop. Find Ingenious Gin at your favorite store or online today. Ingenious Gin, the gin of thinkers. Do me a favor, please drink responsibly. You have to be 21 or older to make a purchase of this amazing Ingenious Gin. This Black-owned, veteran-owned spirit company. Let me tell you something. Ingenious Gin is the drink when it comes to celebrating, when it comes to if you're feeling down and you need a little, something a little strong. Hey, Ingenious is always going to be there for you. But it's so good, it's so smooth. Again, be sure to visit them online at ingeniousgin.com, www.ingeniousgin.com for more information. All right, my friends, look, let's take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up. Yeah, this that new Goldverse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of the app he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In GOATs, we trust.
Welcome back to the show, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm your guy, your host, Arrington Gavin, your friend. And look, welcome back to the show. All right, let's get it going with our first. Let's get with our first story. Look, I want to talk about some of these NFL free agent signings. All right, as you know, still in the offseason of the NFL, had some big name signings that a lot of folks did not see coming. Just to name, I'm gonna name a few. Let me go ahead and pull up this graphic for you all. What's his name? Devontae Adams. All right, Devontae Adams. Pro Bowl wide receiver, hot commodity. When I'm telling you, this is a truly talented individual. He is a truly talented individual. He had recently signed with. Oh, who was he with? He was started his career with the Green Bay Packers. Had a successful career with them. Then went on to sign with the Las Vegas Raiders, and then from there, he demanded a trade. He got traded, and he got traded to his former teammate in Aaron Rodgers to the New York Jets. Right? Obviously, that was a crap show that did not last long at all. He then went on to having an awful season with them, and then he signed up. He signed with the Los Angeles Rams. You could somewhat say, hey, might want to watch out because they re-signed with Matthew Stafford to stay as their starting quarterback. They are a former Super Bowl winning organization, still under the same head coach in McVay, and so I want to see how much he signed with them. Let's see. Los Angeles Rams. Here we go. I'm trying to get some of the latest on that contract. Okay, so 2 years, 13 million. No. There we go. All right. 2 years, $46 million. 2 years, $46 million. Good money. A lot of money. But let's see if he's going to contribute. So that was one. And then also the Philadelphia Eagles lost a lot of their star players. Josh Sweat. He went on to sign with the Arizona. This is all from their, recent big win in the Super Bowl. So you had Josh Sweat there. This is all defensive players, by the way. Which, let's be honest, the defense wins championships. That showed last season in the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. The defenses won that game. Josh Sweat signed with the Arizona Cardinals. Milton Williams signed with the New England Patriots. Isaiah Rodgers signed with the Minnesota Vikings. Darius Slay he's expected to be cut. So see wherever that will take him. Let's see here. There's a couple of players expected to be released. And then another gentleman, CJ Gardner-Johnson, traded to the Houston Texans. But I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, the whole entire organization. I'm not going to try and give you all of them, but there were some interesting, I would say, interesting shakeups in the league that we did not see coming at all. And so the one thing I think that really shocked me was Justin Fields. So Justin Fields was a backup quarterback. Well, he initially had signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then they went on to sign Russell Wilson, right? And so it was going to be the toss-up. Okay, who's going to be the starter? Who's going to be the starter? Russell Wilson, a veteran, right? Former Super Bowl champ with the Seattle Seahawks, or still a young, aspiring QB, very talented, very athletic, but still has some work to do in Justin Fields. They were alternating, right? Now, obviously, there were games where Justin Fields looked like he was leading them to the promised land, and then there was days where it was like, okay, Russell Wilson is leading to the promised land. Then there were some days where it was like, oh, well, one of the others kind of looking shaky. It looks like they decided to stay with the veteran in Russell Wilson. Now, New York has a new guy because I mentioned earlier that Aaron Rodgers is no longer with the Jets. So they have Justin Fields for a 2-year deal. I think 2 years, $40 million. They have a new head coach who's very pumped, very excited about what the future holds for their organization. Justin Fields, if he can keep his confidence up, because here's the thing that I've noticed when a lot of individuals say they're big free agent names and they sign with a struggling organization. Now they can either come at that organization as a winner and say, look, we not only are we gonna win some games, but I'm here to say anything we go through, I'm always gonna be uplifting you. I'm always gonna be up here. And then there's some that just like when they find out who they sign with, they're all they're all happy and all during the press conference, and then I feel like preseason, you see them doing a little bit. Regular season, they're hype, but after that first game, I'll say first 3 games, it's like that momentum just goes away. Like, let's be honest, name recognition does uplift an organization, but it mainly uplifts the following, the fan base, right? Aaron Rodgers is a perfect example. When they say he signed with the Jets, the Jets, they sold out their inaugural, they sold out all their home games. They were pumped. They're like, we got A-Rod, we got Aaron Rodgers. And then he got hurt. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, he got hurt. And then when he wasn't hurt, when he came back, it was the same old Jets. Just, hey, you just had one of the best QBs in the league, but still were losing. Now it was different for Tampa Bay, because see what Tampa Bay did. They said, okay, we're gonna bring Tom Brady, but we also gonna try and bring some added pieces people that want to take pay cuts just because they want to play on the same team as so-called GOAT. Ain't nobody really want to do that with Aaron Rodgers except for Devontae Adams. But 2 players can't win it all for their team. Now this one right here shocked me because I'm a Colts fan. I'm a Colts fan. I wouldn't consider myself a diehard, but I've rooted for them since back during the Tony Dungy era. I was always rooting for the Indianapolis Colts. Now we have been shaky ever since, as far as for looking for a quarterback, since Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, who was injury prone, I think he ended up retiring after like 7 years, and no, look back. He is not thinking about coming back to the league. But he did his 7 years. He's good. We then went on to have Jacoby Brissett, who was a 3rd string quarterback with the New England Patriots, a part of one of their Super Bowl winning teams. He was the 3rd. It was him. He was 3rd string. Jimmy Garoppolo was 2nd string. Tom Brady was 1st string. So that was the duo right there. There were some days I thought Jacoby would be a good fit, right? He has size, he's athletic, he has an arm. He was very, very, very shaky though. He still has a position. He still has a job with one of the organizations. He's not with the he's not with us anymore. I think after that season he went on to play with the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if he re-signed with Cleveland or if he signed with another franchise, but he still is on an active roster. But then we drafted a guy in Anthony Richardson, rookie. I think they ended up starting him his rookie year. He was pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Anthony Richardson was pretty solid. And if I can give you some of just a little bit about Anthony Richardson to give you his stats so far, as a Colts, Anthony. Let's see right here. Okay, just 22 years old, still a lot of growing to do. He was number 4 pick in the 1st round. His career stats are Okay, 11 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, uh, 348 passing attempts with 176 completions. Ooh, that's a little. That's not that good. If you, I mean, again, he had 348 attempts, 176 completions. Uh, let's see, 23, almost 2,400 yards in passing. He's an athlete. It says here he has close to around 635, to be exact, 635 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. So he's an all-around athlete. He came from Florida. He was a Florida Gator. So obviously Florida was known to have some great quarterbacks, but uh I mean, were they great quarterbacks that had great NFL careers? No. Now, with the exception of Cam Newton, but I think everybody really gives Cam his props as a being a part of Auburn more than his time at the with Florida. But 22 years old, he was our starter. He was doing pretty good, but again, still very young. Now, Daniel Jones, who came from the New York Giants, garbage. I'm sorry, he was not that good. Now, hey, you're probably like Arrington, you're being a little harsh on him. He couldn't do it all by himself, right? He didn't have any weapons, and obviously, the Giants' front office staff is one of the dumbest in the league because this is the same squad that gave up on Saquon Barkley, who wanted to stay. He wanted to stay, and they did not want to pay the man. They did not. And you know what happened? He went on to another squad, took him to the promised land, won a Super Bowl, and now got a huge, huge extension with the Philadelphia Eagles. Biggest, biggest, biggest mistake in NFL history, especially with the New York Giants in their franchise. That was the dumbest thing they could have done. So let me go ahead and give you Daniel Jones there. Daniel Jones is 27 years old, so not far in age from Anthony Richardson, but 27. Hey, he got some years under his belt. Now, he's played in his career. He played with the Giants. He from 2019 to 2024. Last season, he was with the Minnesota Vikings. Didn't really do anything, and now he's with the Colts. Played at Duke. Let's see. Let's look at his. Okay. He has a 64.1% completion percentage. Not bad. 70 touchdowns, 47 interceptions. Not bad. Almost 15,000 in passing yards. Not bad. Rushing yards, 2,000. Let's see. 2,000. Oh, over 2,100 rushing yards and over about 15 rushing touchdowns. Now, overall, those numbers are not awful. He was drafted in the first round as well, sixth pick. He had signed with the Giants a 4-year, 160 million. So that tells you right there. Oh, they thought he was going to be somebody, but he just, to me, he New York does not like Daniel Jones. I'll break it off smooth like that. They do not like Daniel Jones. Now, what folks are saying is like, okay, is that a bit disrespectful for Anthony Richardson? Why are you giving this man, uh, uh, a competitor to compete with, or even him having the option not even to, basically losing his starting position? Look, you always got to compete. You got to stay competing in order to win. Now, me personally, Daniel Jones might have the brain power, because here's the thing too. A lot of not good QBs in the NFL, they tend to be good backups because they're really knowledge based when it comes to the sports. I mean, look at Kellen, oh gosh. I'm forgetting his name, but he's now the new head coach for the New Orleans Saints. He was a quarterback, I think, out of Boise State. He didn't have a great NFL career as a QB, as a player, but he had a successful career as a coach, right? Because most of his career he was as a backup. Says here that Daniel Jones, he's signing what he's had signed with the Colts for 1 year, $14 million. 1 year, $14 million. He's getting $6 million a signing bonus, 7.15 million fully guaranteed base salary. The max value of the contract is 17.7 million in incentives. Now, he spent 5+ seasons as a starting quarterback for the New York Giants before being benched, then released midway through the 2024 campaign. That is what I'm talking about, Indy. So you say, all right, he got benched, then he got cut. I think that's our guy. Like, how do you? I don't. And maybe it's a money thing. I don't know. Maybe they think, okay, this is the guy I want because I can really I can work on him and we can get him back to because we got the pieces that he didn't have in this. I don't know. I don't know if this is if this was a smart signing, in my opinion. I would have got a guy like Justin Fields. We need the new era of quarterbacks in the NFL are you have to be a running quarterback. You have to be an athlete. Michael Vick was one of the OGs. Randall Randall Cunningham was kind of a runner. I think, yeah, he was a running QB. Obviously, you had Russell Wilson. He used his legs. Aaron Rodgers is a running QB. Cam Newton running QB. RG3. We got the guy out in Chase out in Washington. I mean, there's Kyler Murray out in Arizona. I mean, there's so many pure athletic, fast running backs. Jalen Hurts. I mean, the list goes on and on. Let me share. Let's see. I'm trying to look at some of his notable moments where it was like, ooh, I don't know. Okay, so as a rookie, he threw 12 interceptions, fumbling a high 19 times in 13 games. That was his rookie year. That was a long time ago. A lot has changed since then. Let's see. I'm looking at his percentage. Okay, percentage is solid. I've already spoken about that earlier. Says here the coach general manager, Chris Baller, said he wanted real competition for Richardson for that starting job. So Jones is that competition. Interesting. Okay. Well, you heard it right there. Here's what Ricky Cobb of the Ricky Cobb Show on Outkick had to say in regards to this signing right here. Let me go ahead and find this soundbite for you.
Daniel Jones signing a 1-year, $14 million deal with the Indianapolis Colts. Listen, mamas, raise your boys to grow up to be NFL quarterbacks, I think is the lesson here. If Justin Fields is getting $30 million guaranteed and Daniel Jones is signing a 1-year, $14 million deal,
Darnold,
it's like, man, if you can make it to guaranteed. The NFL and just stand in front of a mirror and steam it up, somebody's going to pay you millions of dollars.
I saw that
in this league.
So Daniel Jones is making more than Anthony Richardson, like by a lot this year. So it's going to be interesting to see who's.
I don't know what comes out of that mess, because Anthony Richardson, like, his arm he ought to have to register that arm with the government. I mean,
same with Jamarcus Russell. That guy
has an unbelievable arm. However, yeah, I mean, he doesn't know what to do with it. And you look at his stats last year, his completion percentage was abysmal. Yep. I mean, just abysmal in an era where even mediocre guys are, north of 60% completion percentage. Richardson was terrible in that regard. I think Daniel Jones has a pretty good chance to win that quarterback competition if it is, in fact, an open competition. And I don't think they're paying him $14 million to come in and just, hand him a clipboard and it be as simple as that. Anthony Richardson's going to have to show something to be the week 1 quarterback in Indianapolis, and I don't think he's going to do it. I'm going to predict right now that Daniel Jones starts the year as their quarterback.
So that was okay. So that was his take. He's already predicting. Ricky Cobb is predicting that Daniel Jones will be the starter for the Indianapolis Colts week 1. I'll say it like this. If Ricky Cobb is right. Yeah, he might start in week 1, but guess what? Most likely by week 3 or 4, if Indy is not satisfied, which I don't know, Daniel Jones has a reputation of taking the L and being benched. They might say, "Hey, look, put Anthony Richardson back in." Now, if I were them, I would start Anthony Richardson and again have Daniel Jones as the mentor portion. But it's a 1-year deal. The man has 1 year, so most likely I can see him fighting for that 1 year 1 year job because Anthony Richardson most likely he could possibly get traded because he still has more years on his contract, on his rookie contract. So we will see. We will definitely see on the outcome of that situation right there. Let's go ahead and digress from this story, and I'm gonna take it over to this one. So for all you Southwest airline fans, are y'all Southwest lovers out there? Well, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not. I'm not into the whole first come first serve seating kind of thing. I'm like, hey, look, I pay for a seat. I want that seat. So I want that. I'm good. I think Southwest does that whole you pay for. Hey, if you want to be a part of the A group, B group, this or that. But and then on top of that, Southwest, I feel like Southwest is always you always find them in the news of doing, having something crazy happening, whether if it's somebody brawling, whether if it's I don't know, somebody acting crazy on the plane or this and that and the other. That's just me when it comes to Southwest. But let me go ahead and pull up this graphic for you all. So recently, Southwest just ended a 54-year-old policy. You hear me? A 54-year-old policy that they had. They will now, it says here, check bags will no longer fly for free with Southwest. All right. So says here, the airline, Southwest Airlines, will begin charging consumers a fee to check bags, abandoning a decades-long practice that executives had described last fall as a key differentiating the budget carrier from its rivals. Says here, it was which built years of advertising campaigns around its policy of letting passengers check up to 2 bags for free. Said obviously that they will no longer do that. Let me see here. Oh, the airline did not outline the fee schedule, but said the new policy will start with flights booked on May 28th. Okay. Um, here's what I'm not a fan of, but I understand. So this is I'm okay. Here's the business side of me. So as a business owner, you see what works and you see what doesn't work. You give yourself a trial and error run for something, whether if it's a new strategy that you're doing in your business, a new campaign that will help reel in sales. If it works, then you want to keep it moving. If it doesn't, it doesn't work. One of my things that I can say that is almost like it's an advertising tool that we not tool, but it's a strategy that we use and it's been helping since. So one of the things we do is, okay, if you have once you purchase an item from Rugged Evolution, in your bag you have a 15% coupon code. And guess what? That code never expires. So we always remind customers and our clients to, hey, keep a hold of that card, keep a hold of that number, because that number never expires. So whenever you want to purchase online, or if you happen to visit our office in Chesapeake, if you want to come in person and purchase your stuff, we will abide by that as long as because they will know that, okay, you're a repeat customer. That's a way, for one, we can track repeat people, and then also it's just a way to say thank you. Look, you don't have to always pay full thing. You can get, you're always guaranteed you'll get 15% off your purchase. That's something that we've been doing since existence. You hear me? We've been doing it for about 6-7 years. Let's see here. Ford. I've mentioned it many times here. Ford does the whole complimentary oil changes and inspections as long as you own a Ford vehicle. That is extremely genius when other companies do not do such a thing. But that's a way of staying loyal to your base and consumers. The best thing you can do is, and this is which is priceless, is stay loyal to your customers. If people loved for years the fact that, hey, you don't have to check in a bag with Southwest, they say that I'm always gonna use them. That's a way of you to continue to get business. But now with this, they're gonna be like, all right, here we go United, or here we go Spirit, or here we go other American Airlines. I mean, there's so many airlines out there. To me, I think it wasn't a smart strategy to do. Now, obviously, he's talking about budget wise. Hey, if it looks like they're losing, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's not going to put y'all in bankruptcy. Trust and believe, executives want more money, and as long as they want more money, they're like, well, in order for us to get more money in our pockets, we got to give up some stuff here, so then my salary can be a lot larger than it is now. I mean, that's just my take on it, man. For it to be a 54-year-old policy, why change it after 54 years? I mean, by then, you should have enough funds in the bank to say, look, we can keep this up because this is a way to stay afloat with our loyal customers. I don't understand it. Okay, the CEO, Bob Jordan, said, we have tremendous opportunities to meet current and future customer needs, attract new customers segments we don't compete for today, and return to the levels of profitability that both we and our shareholders expect. I mean, it says here less than a year ago, the Dallas-based airline announced it was doing away with another tradition, the open boarding system it has used for more than 50 years. Southwest expects to begin operating flights with passengers in assigned seats, okay, next year. Now, I don't mind the assigned seats. I that I do like. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be a good look for Southwest, and it wouldn't surprise me if they actually go back on some of their policy and say, you know what, we realized this wasn't working. We lost more consumers from doing this than we expected, and we're just going to take it back. I think they'll probably do so, but hey, that's just me. What do I know? It's not like I, run a huge multi-billion-dollar airline, but yeah, man, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. 54 years, and it is officially saying no, we are done doing that policy. Okay, let's see here. Let's moving on to another story I want to share with you all, my friends. All right, we talked about that. Oh, so track and field star. I'm not going to give her name, but we've all seen the viral video of a track star from IC Norcom High School out in Portsmouth, Virginia, which is not far away from my my hometown. And there was a viral video of a high school track meet that I believe indoor track meet that occurred in I believe Roanoke, Virginia, or Lynchburg, Virginia. And the video went viral, obviously, because the girl is showing a girl whacking her opponent with a baton in the back of the head, injuring the girl, giving her a concussion. And people were not happy. And there was a whole debate. Was it intentional? Was it an accident? There's been an official of USA Track and Field to say, hey, look, if you're about to cross over somebody, you have to keep a far distance away from them. So, it could be a possibility that she was in the wrong. The girl that was hit that was in the wrong. But now they're saying, I don't know about that. So, of course, the parents filed charges, one to press charges, excuse me, and yes, the high school track runner has been charged after hitting her opponent in the head with a baton during a race. So this is a sound bite. This is a clip from our CBS affiliate, WTKR News 3 here in Hampton Roads. Let me go ahead and play you that sound bite because apparently it was a rally that was held outside of the accused individual, the person being accused of the incident, from her high school. There was a rally out in her high school supporting the runner who was charged with striking her opponent with the baton. So let me go ahead and play you guys that, and we'll talk on the other side.
We stand with you. That's why we here. We stand with you. We support you.
Thank y'all for supporting me. Because nobody else wanted to hear my story except for people that know me and people that know I would never do anything like that. I would never harm anybody. I'm not a fighter. I'm not even a confrontation. I wouldn't even do that on purpose. And I thank y'all for believing in me, and I love y'all.
So obviously the girl was shook, right? The girl is shook. Says here that and okay, so the runner had she has a concussion and a possible skull fracture. Wow, a possible skull fracture. Now that was according to the Commonwealth Attorney for Lynchburg. How do I want to do this here? Let me go ahead and read you this article. This is reported from today.com. It says here that the high schooler was charged with a misdemeanor assault and battery after hitting an opposing runner over the head with the baton. The sprinter who was struck by the baton, as I mentioned, diagnosed with a concussion, possible skull fracture. Says here, just to kind of backtrack, the moment occurred during a 4x200 meter relay final at the Virginia High School League Class 3 State Indoor Championships at Liberty University. Once they were rounding a curve of the track, of the track, when they nearly collided as the individual began to pass the one that had the baton. She then they went into the same lane, bumped her in her arms while holding the baton, which is followed by the other individual clutching her head and falling to the ground in pain. It's really, really hard. I'll be honest. It's really, really, really difficult to see from a sky view perspective of what we've all seen on social media and on television. Now, folks who were there could give you a better response on did it look intentional, did it look accidental? I don't know. I don't know if the girl got frustrated when she felt like, the girl was about to cross her or get in her lane. Is like, did she feel like she was going to be attacked because, hey, I'm running fast, you're about to cut me off, make me fall. Why? I'm going to hit you in the head because you in my lane. Like, was it something like that? Is that a possibility? We don't know. We really don't know. And so at the end of the day, these girls I think they're like juniors in high school. So depending on which, if this girl has a clean record and has a great great grade by her teachers are saying how good of a student she is. I mean, hopefully this girl doesn't have to serve any time. Hopefully she does have a second chance because they're both successful track runners, winning medals. You don't know what can hold for them in the future. But this is definitely, it will be something that will be stained in her career. If she gets off or if she's not. The girl who was accused of hitting, she says she endured a racial backlash since the clip went viral. People judging her off the angle. And I quote this here: "They are assuming my character, calling me ghetto and racial slurs, death threats, all of this off a 9-second video." Portsmouth NAACP announced a statement that it will continue to review circumstances. Um, It says here, first, we want to make it abundantly clear that we denounce any type of racial slur and threat in any form towards anyone involved in this situation. That's what the member from the organization had said. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, she has a lot of supporters on her end. So we will see, y'all. We will see. I know it's been viral. I look. It's literally like in my backyard. Portsmouth, Virginia is maybe 45 minutes away from where I'm at. I mean, it's not far at all. Again, I will say this: for a first offense, I hope it's not too of a vigorous consequence. But again, the video looks very like it was intentional. But hey, I brought it up. You're not supposed to cross over lanes. Now, I'm not saying that deserves somebody to get whacked upside the head with a baton, but you don't know if this girl felt like, hey, she's stepping in my lane, she's stepping in my space. I feel attacked because if she makes me hesitate my step, I can either injure myself by tearing my Achilles or stumble, fall, lose the race. So that's what she said. No, what's up? I mean, it could be something like that. Now, I'm sad that she's receiving death threats and racial slurs and all this stuff because, I mean, hey, the internet, social media is a mother. It really is. It is a mother effer. But no one should verbally or social media attack any child, any teenager. I mean, that's the sad part about our society. But yeah, we will continue to follow up with this story. As I said, hey, this story cuts close to home, so we will continue to follow up more info about that. But let's go ahead and move it on. Let's move it on. Oh, this is funny. This is funny right here. So apparently, this now stuff's about to get a little juicy now. So apparently, Tiger Woods got a new lady in his life. Shocker, she's a blonde. Oh, Tiger got a type. Tiger with his Caucasian stuff. I guess I don't know. I'm just joking. I forgot what he said years ago. Blasian, I can't remember. But yeah, he got a new lady in his life. And so the interesting thing is, it's who. Let me go ahead and pull a picture of this. And I normally don't discuss relationship stuff on the show. I think it's very corny. I think, hey, that's their personal business. I ain't trying to talk about their personal business. But I thought this was interesting. Tiger Woods apparently is dating Don Jr.'s ex-wife, Vanessa Trump. Ugh. Now, don't get me wrong. Vanessa's not a bad-looking lady. The Trumps, hey, love him or hate him, Trump's got good taste in women. I'll give him that. I mean, Donald Trump, the father, is one of the most annoying individuals I've ever seen on the face of the earth. But he has a a roster of past. He has some. Melania's a very beautiful lady, right? His kids, their wives are very beautiful. Now, money can get you good access. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I trust and believe if Donald Trump ain't had a dime to his name, you think he'll pull off Melania? No. Anyways, yeah, Tiger Woods, which, hey, Tiger was another one. Yeah, he's been quietly dating Vanessa Trump for several months. But apparently they've been dating since the last year. Reported by Fox News. Says here that Tiger Woods, who's also a supporter of Donald Trump, we all knew that. He I'm thinking of a Paul Mooney joke right now, but I can't say it right now on the airwaves because it's a bit uncensored. Maybe I'll do it on social media. Is reportedly dating the president's former daughter-in-law. Daily Mail reports Wood and Vanessa Trump has been seeing each other ever since just before Thanksgiving. Says here that she comes to his place on Jupiter Island. They're not living together, but she comes over and spends the night and leaves in the morning. Ooh, you know what they doing? Knocking boots. Let's see, maybe a few nights a week. A few nights a week. She said, I got to have it, Tiger. She got she got a little Tiger fever. They've got okay, it says here they just love hanging out, dinner, schmoozing together, yada yada yada. Yeah, nothing really too much to read about that, but hey, I think the more interesting thing is, what does Don Jr. think about this? Is he cool with his ex, right? Because he was engaged to this one lady, Kimberly Tafoya, I think Kimberly something, who was a former Fox News personality. Then she left and worked during the campaign season for Trump. She started her own podcast now on Rumble, and Anyway, he was they were supposed to be engaged. That didn't work out. Now Don Jr. is just, I guess doing what he does best, looking crazy, sounding crazy, being the crazy kid of Donald Trump. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. Tiger Woods is dating a Trump, a former Trump. Let's move it on. Like I said, that's why I don't spend time talking about relationship stuff, because it's a total waste. But I will say this in the last few, running short on time. I'm trying to see what I want to. Let me see here. Let's take another commercial break, my friends. When we come back, we'll have our final story of the day. Again, you are tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these commercial breaks.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Last on our slew of conversations. I'm not gonna spend too much time because I know I'm running a little low on time. When I heard about this, it was extremely sad to hear, because you're like, wait a minute, you're from one of the top selling girl groups of all time. How could this be? How could this be? Let me show you this quick video from Dawn Robbins. She's one of the founding members of the famous R&B girl group In Vogue. She recently had shared that she had been living in her car for the past 3 years. Let me play this real quick for you guys.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA. I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys. I was like, no, this is unacceptable. I have been researching car life. There's a whole community of people that live in their cars, and a whole community of people that live in their RVs, and a whole community of people that live in vans. Van life, car life, RV life. And I loved what I was seeing. I just thought, wow, these people, I can do that. I can do this, I think. And I ended up in my car, and it's been, like I said, 3 years. I think I'm going to go and sleep in my car. I think I'm going to live in my car. I've been researching it, and I know I can do this. And she's like, yeah, you can. She was gung-ho, and I was like, okay. So I went up to Malibu. You know, Malibu is the place where you can take Highway 1 all the way from New York, literally. And it's kind of the place where everybody stops along the way when they're coming from the East Coast and they're heading west, to California to make their dreams come true, to start a new life. Guys, this is not like, oh my God, poor Dawn. She's living in her car and it's terrible. Oh, what was me? It's not that. It's not. Like I said, I'm learning about who I am. I'm learning myself as a person, as a woman. And I didn't think if you would have said to me while I was in Vogue, you're going to be living in your car one day, I'd be like, huh? No, I'm always going to have an apartment. I can't live in my car. How can I do that? I won't be able to live in my car. We say that we can't do certain things before we even know we're capable. Nisa keeps telling me that when people find out, when the fans hear that you're living in your car, they're going to be so proud of you, because I am documenting this whole adventure. It's an adventure, you guys. It's a journey. And I've been documenting it and filming myself doing certain things.
So I just want to say salute to you, Miss Dawn Robbins. Because Robinson, excuse me, I was saying Robbins, Don Robinson. Because you are showing the fact that, hey, don't feel sorry for me. I'm living my best life. I'm still growing. I'm still a member of the squad. I'm still performing. She's still a celebrity, but she's living in her car. I think that's quite interesting, because she turned a negative into a positive. And I think a lot of you all out there who are listening, who are tuning into the program, y'all have moments like that where it's like, wow, what am I going to do? What am I going to do this? What am I going to do that? And you forget the blessing that you have in front of you before you start always thinking, you're already thinking about the outcome. You're already thinking about this. And you have to realize there's other folks that have it way worse than you. Now, if you didn't hear, Dawn still has her mind, her health, her music, her fan base, her support system. She still has that. She just doing it right now in her car. So y'all think about her story. Think about that. Take that to heart. Turn a negative into a positive. As always, my friends, thank you so much for tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to continue to support the program. You can follow us on all social media platforms. You can tune into us on all digital and streaming platforms. Download the GOATverse TV app today. It's free. It's free on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, Amazon Fire, all that great stuff. Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm out. See you next time.